Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today I have a very in-depth study as looking at two gaming laptops of which are more on the low-end priced but high-end performance. I want to do a deep dive comparison between the Helios 300 and the Nitro 5. Now, yes, the Helios 300 has an upscale version of itself, which is the Predator 16, but that machine is very pricey, and we're not going to get into that price. Where the Nitro 5 and the Helios are more budget friendly. Let's get into the various differences between the two machines. So when you go out to buy one, well, you can decide, is it worth it to spend $700 more for the Helios versus the Nitro 5? Now you may be saying, why such a big price difference between the two machines? You know, if you're standing in the store and you look at the machine and they're both i7, let's say 1200, and they both have 16 gigabytes of RAM, and they both have the same amount of SSD storage. You might say to yourself, well, what's the major difference between the two machines? Why do I want to spend more money on that machine than on this machine? Well, let's get into it right now. Here, basically, there is a technical difference between the two machines. The Nitro 5 is basically reduced performance intentionally because of the cooling system. And we'll get into that. But as you can see in this chart, gaming on the Helios is faster. Performance is overall the same. But the display on the Helios is slightly better, and it has a higher nit rate, which gives you a faster resolution. So we're going to look into the actual technical difference between the two machines so you can make an intelligent decision. Don't go away. So what we're going to do is we're going to open these two machines up and take a look inside. The first thing you'll notice, if you can notice, is that one has a metal frame, one has a plastic frame. The other thing is the one on the left is a Helios 300. So let me explain what you're looking at. On the one on the top, you'll notice there are three lines. You have two fans and then three lines. Those are what is known as cooling tubes. And those tubes are advanced cooling system. It also is using metal blades, which are outputting air at a faster rate, but also doing it quieter. The other thing that you'll notice is that it has a larger battery. Versus 64 watts versus 90 watts. I think you're getting the difference. The Nitro 5, as you can see, only has two of those tubes and is using plastic fans. So when the machine starts getting hot, it's not going to be as quiet as the Helios, and it's not going to be able to move as much air and cool that GPU as fast. The other thing is it's using a smaller battery, like I said, 64 watts versus 90 watts. The other thing is you also have a slot in the Nitro 5 where you can put an additional SSD drive in there. So you can have 1, 2, 3 drives on the Nitro versus on the Helios you can only have 2. Well, what does that all mean to you? You're like, huh? Okay, what does it mean? I'm explaining. Now, I'm going to get pretty technical on the specs, but basically what it's talking about, it's got a premium cooling system. Just like when you would buy a GPU card for your regular PC, and you'll notice that it has more fans, the cooling system has bigger grills to allow you to run the turbo speed, where the less expensive version of the same video card does not have that. And that's what you're looking at. Vapor chamber, aero blade, cooling system. And the one thing I said to you is the reason why they did this is because the Helios has a turbo button. If you want a turbo boost button, when you hit that, it allows more power to run through the GPU, which means you need more cooling, which allows you to have 15 to 20% more graphic power, which means you're going to have 5 to 15% faster movement in your graphics. And that is important because when you're doing gaming, updating is a big thing. It's something what gamers call as lag. Where the Nitro 5 is a preset system at 115 watts. And so therefore it doesn't have a turbo boost function, so whatever the speed is what it is. So just reiterates what I just said. Helios has a high total graphics output, allows the GPU to run at 140 watts versus the Nitro 5 at 115 watts, and allows you to get higher frame rates, which allows you to more updating, no lagging, and that is what the basic difference is. Now, because of that, because of the additional power drain, when the machine is on battery power, you need a larger battery to supply that additional wattage, and that's why you have a larger battery in there. The other thing is the audio system. The Helios has better speakers, better audio system. It has the aluminum chassis versus the plastic chassis. It has a glass touchpad versus the Helios has a plastic touchpad, so it's going to last longer. If you've ever done a lot of gaming and you're using that touchpad, you'll notice the scratches that'll start to appear in the plastic, whereas a glass one is not going to happen to you. Now, if I haven't asked you already, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It's important that you hit that like button. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps Grandpa getting the video out. Share the video so your friends can find out about it. And you can subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell button so you know when Grandpa's on again. You can check out our merch store and use the links that are in the affiliate links that are in the description. You can check out these various machines. So the bottom line is the two machines are very, very similar. But basically the Helios 300 is the premium version, if you will, the Cadillac version of the Nitro 5. It has faster graphics. It has faster processing speed because of the additional cooling. It has a longer run life on the battery. It is just basically a better machine. But is it worth the additional cost? Some Helios 300s, depending on where you're buying it from, could cost anywhere up to $700 more versus the Nitro 5. Also, you can get a lot of great deals of used but not abused Nitro 5s or Helioses and save a few bucks. Now, here's the bottom line what Grandpa says. What's your need? The Helios, because of its aluminum frame and the larger battery, is heavier to carry. The Nitro 5, because it's a plastic frame and it has a smaller battery, is lighter to carry. I would recommend on either machine that you get yourself a CPU feet. So those little feet that pop out on the bottom of the machine. I'll leave you the link. These lift the laptop up a little bit higher off the table, gives you more airflow. Anyway, I hope this information has been helpful for you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, like I said. Put it in the comments. Which machine did you end up buying? Or did you choose something else? Now, again, like I said, the Acer Predator 16 is the upgraded version of all of these, but it is almost $1,000 more because of its more enhanced features than these other two things. But if you're looking for a budget laptop, the Nitro 5 is the machine. If you want to spend a little more money and get a little bit more performance, then the Acer Predator 300 Helios is the machine for you. Check out my other videos. Check out the links that I've given you. Grandpa will love to hear from you in the comments. You have a great day.